Guys, Bentley here again with 30 Minute Fisherman. Well guys, first off, I wanted to just come on here today, do a quick video, and I also want to apologize because I know I haven't had a chance to do any videos lately, give any tips, really do anything, because life just crazy sometimes, and mine's been crazy here lately. But, you know, sometimes you just have to deal with stuff and keep it moving, move on with life. Like I always say, just keep it simple. And also, everything is in God's control. You know, it's all in His hands, so, you know, we can just put it on Him, and whatever happens is going to happen, guys. So, but also, that being said, you know, guys, thanks for everybody watching. Thanks to all my subscribers. And I also need to apologize because I have not done the giveaway yet for the subscribers. So what I'm going to do is, this month, hopefully next week, I'm going to reach in the big bag of lures, you know, pull out one lure for one lucky subscriber. And what I'm going to do is, I'm going to do 2 drawings this month for the subscriber giveaway. And from this month forward, I'm going to just go 6 months, okay? Because I told you guys from the beginning 6 months, and I said I was going to do it at the end of the month. That did not happen. So I'm still going to give you guys a whole 6 months of giveaways because that was my word. Gave you guys my word. And that's what I'm going to do. Now, one other quick note. I know some of you guys watching this channel probably also watch Lake Fork Guy. If you guys do not know it, he has a brain tumor. So guys, please say some prayers for Lake Fork Guy and the brain tumor that he has and his family and all that good stuff, because that's something very hard to deal with. I'm sure it was unexpected in his life, so make sure you can pray for him and everything that he's going through, because like I said, I don't think any of us want to experience a brain tumor. And but anyway, if you get a chance, go and watch his video too, and he talks about it. Now, one quick tip I have for you guys. It's on square bills, because I love square bills. I fish square bills practically all year long. I know you hear some people say, only fish them in the spring, only fish them this time, whatever. Listen, if bass are in shallow water, whether it be spring, summer, fall, my personal feeling is they will eat a square bill, okay? Especially if they're in heavy cover. And that's another thing. On your square bill, guys, do not be afraid to bump them into stumps, brush, whatever, okay? They will come through it better than you think. Now, a lot of times when it does bump into something, stop your square bill, let it float up, and take it off again, okay? And then there's other little tricks to it, and I'll probably get into that in another video. But today, just a quick tip I want to give you on square bills. There's 2 types, basically, okay? I have one right here. There's just a regular square bill. It's kind of like, this is not a KVD 2.5. It's about the same size as 2.5, okay? This is actually the Academy bait, again, the H2O bait. But as you can hear, this bait has rattles, okay? And this is a really good square bill, guys. It's a really good one. It's a little tweak on the old black and chartreuse, which has been a classic color forever and ever and ever. And here where I fish, they eat this. It looks like a brim. Sometimes even in muddy water, stained water, it stands out better. Catch a lot of fish on this. But this one has rattles in it. And what I want to talk to you guys about is, so like I said, when I'm on a square bill bite, I like to have baits with rattles, okay? And then I also like to have, and again, this bait is not the exact same color as that first bait that I picked up, but it's fairly similar, okay, in color. Now this is the Excalibur bait. I know they sell these at Walmart and everywhere. This is the XCS 100. Well, this bait is silent. There's no sound in there, okay? And I don't know, I can't really tell you, hey, At this time, use this bait. At that time, use this bait. I've seen times even in pressured waters where the bait with the rattles will work, because remember, the first bait that I showed you that had rattles, I mentioned like the KVD 2.5. You know, when those came out, they didn't have any, as far as I can remember, they didn't have rattles in them. And I know there's a lot of baits on the market nowadays with no rattles. So these fish, a lot of times, get used to seeing the bait with no rattles. And you throw a bait out there with a rattle in it, it may work. But this is my tip for you. Just like I showed you. What I typically try to do is, you know, I have one bait rigged up on a rod, you know, on my square bill crankbait rod, with rattles, okay? And then I'll have another rod rigged up with a silent bait, you know. And I typically try to have the exact same color or pretty close to the same color, okay? But what you'll find is some days they'll hit that silent bait better than they'll hit the bait with rattles. Some days they'll hit the bait with rattles better than they'll hit the bait that is silent. So that's just a tip I want to give you guys. Don't take that for granted. You know, like I said, it's probably not that hard for a lot of you guys to have two rods and reels with pretty much the same bait, except one with rattles, one without, okay? But just give that a shot. Give it a try. And like I said, you know, with these square bills, you know, throw them up in that heavy cover, guys. They're pretty much, these things are pretty much 4x4s. I mean, they will come through some pretty good stuff. Now, I mean, one little trick to do is you can take this, you know, on your treble hook here, you know, you lay it down on the belly like that, okay? And typically, if you look, you know, this bill, that your treble hook doesn't really come past it. So when this thing bumps into something, you know, that's one reason why you can come through cover. The bill hits, and this hook will kind of come over. But to keep from having even less hang-ups with this bait, take this hook right here, and you just take this guy right here and just bend it down, okay? And some people say to cut them off. I don't like to do that. I like to just take it and just bend it down. I haven't bent this one yet. I typically bend them right before I go to fish with them, per se. But, you know, you take this one and bend it down. And again, now it all depends. If I'm not fishing real thick cover, maybe it's just shallow, and I know there's some cover there I'm going to be bumping into stuff every once in a while, I may not bend that hook down. But if I know I'm throwing it right at a stump or right at in the brush into a log, I want to bend those hooks. And even on another trick I just almost forgot about, is you also want to, sorry guys, give me just a second here. You know, like I said, you want to bend what I like to call the lead hook on this treble, which again, you lay the treble down on the belly like that. It's the one sticking out. Yeah, that's the one that's usually going to catch something. So you bend that. And when you bend it, you know, you usually come over stuff better. Then also, when you come back here, you got to remember this bait is going to be kind of running like this through the water. So the treble back here, a lot of times, you know, this hits the bush, whatever, and then, you know, this treble is going to flip up. And what I like to do here is vice versa, because typically, you know, these two hooks will kind of ride over stuff. I like to bend this one down, because as you're coming through, say, a brush pile or something, you know, this bait hits a limb here, and there's a limb here, well, then it ends up getting caught like that, you know, on the limb that's up here. So that's what I've found to work. I found to work, you know, to bend this treble down on the front hook, and then on the back hook, do basically the opposite and bend this treble down, or this part of the treble down. So, guys, that was just a quick tip. Just a little quick tip that I wanted to give y'all, again, on these square bills, because like I said, I fish them all the time, guys. Like I said, anytime I find fish in shallow water, And don't forget, even though it's summertime, these fish will still be in pretty shallow water. So it's a good time to fish these square bills. Well, guys, that was my tip for today. And again, like I said, once again, everybody, thanks for subscribing. Again, this is Brantley with 30 Minute Fisherman. Hit that like button down at the bottom. If you're not already a subscriber, please subscribe, because I will have the lure giveaway twice this month. And going forward, from here forward, 6 months. So anyway, guys, God bless, tight lines, and I'm out.